My name is Emma, and I'm 17 years old. I'm a quiet girl. I like reading and being alone. One day, everything changed. I met a boy named Noah. It was a normal day, but the weather made everything feel different. I walked into the school cafeteria. I was looking for my usual spot when I noticed a boy sitting alone. He had messy brown hair, and his blue eyes were bright. He smiled at me. "Is this seat taken?" he asked, looking at me. I smiled and shook my head. "No, it's free." He sat down, and we started talking. We talked about school, books, and movies. The more we talked, the more comfortable I felt. It was like I had known him forever. After that day, Noah and I began talking every day. He would sit with me at lunch, and we would text each other after school. He was funny and kind. He made me laugh, and I looked forward to seeing him every day. He always made me feel special, like I was the most important person in the room. I had never felt like this before. I liked it. It was nice to have someone who cared about me. We became close friends, and soon, I started to feel like I could trust him with anything. One afternoon, we were sitting together, talking about life. Noah looked at me seriously. "Emma," he said, "I feel like I've known you forever. I think you're really special." I didn't know how to respond. My heart started to race. I had never heard anyone say something like that to me. "Thanks," I said quietly, looking down at my hands. He smiled, and for a moment, everything felt perfect. A few weeks later, Noah and I were walking home from school together. It was a warm spring day, and we were laughing about something silly. Suddenly, Noah stopped and looked at me with serious eyes. "Emma, I want you to know something," he said. "I promise that I'll always be here for you. No matter what happens, I'll never leave you." His words made my heart skip a beat. I felt so happy and safe. For the first time, I believed in love. Noah and I spent more time together. We went to the movies, studied together, and spent hours talking about everything. Slowly, I started to realize that I was falling in love with him. I couldn't stop thinking about him. Every time I saw him, my heart raced. When he touched my hand, I felt like I was floating. I never thought someone like Noah would feel the same way about me. But he did, and I was happy. But after a few months, something started to change. Noah became distant. He didn't talk to me as much, and he started hanging out with his friends more than with me. I noticed that he didn't text me as often, and when we did talk, he seemed distracted. I didn't understand. I tried to talk to him about it, but he always said everything was fine. But deep down, I knew something was wrong. One afternoon, I asked him, "Noah, is everything okay? You've been acting different lately." He looked at me and smiled, but it didn't reach his eyes. "It's nothing, Emma. I'm just busy with school and other stuff. Don't worry about it." But I couldn't stop worrying. I wanted to know what was wrong, but he wouldn't tell me. Then, one Friday afternoon, Noah called me. His voice was quiet, almost like he didn't want to say what he was about to say. "Emma," he said, "I think we should break up." My heart stopped. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. "Why?" I asked, trying to keep my voice steady. "What happened?" "I'm sorry," he said. "I just don't feel the same anymore. I think it's better if we end things now." I didn't know what to say. I was hurt, confused, and in shock. After everything, after all the promises, how could he just end it like that? After the breakup, I felt like a part of me was missing. I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. All I could think about was Noah. What had gone wrong? Why didn't he love me anymore? I spent hours thinking about all the good times we had shared. I wanted to go back to those moments. I missed him so much, but he was gone. I kept asking myself, what did I do wrong? I wondered if I wasn't good enough for him. Was I too clingy? Was I not interesting enough? Did he find someone better? The questions filled my mind, and the more I thought about it, the worse I felt. I felt lost and confused. The days after the breakup were some of the hardest of my life. I spent most of my time alone in my room, crying and thinking about Noah. I didn't want to see anyone, not even my friends. I felt like no one could understand what I was going through. Lily, my best friend, tried to help, but I didn't want to talk about it. I just wanted the pain to go away. After a few weeks, I started to realize something. I couldn't stay like this forever. I couldn't let the pain control my life. I had to start moving on, even though it felt impossible. I began to spend more time with Lily. We went out to eat, watched movies, and talked. Slowly, I started to feel a little better. One day, I picked up my old sketchbook. I had forgotten how much I loved to draw. I started drawing again, and it made me feel happy. It was a small step, but it felt good. I also started reading again. I remembered how much I loved books, and it felt like I was getting back to the person I used to be before Noah. As time passed, I began to see things differently. I realized that I didn't need Noah to feel complete. I was already enough. I didn't have to depend on his love to know my worth. It was hard to accept, but it was true. I had to learn to love myself before I could love anyone else. The pain didn't go away overnight, but it started to fade. I spent more time doing the things I loved. I focused on my hobbies, my schoolwork, and my friends. Slowly, I felt stronger. I began to smile more, laugh more, and enjoy life again. The sadness was still there, but it wasn't all I felt anymore. I started to see that I was stronger than I thought. I had survived the heartbreak, and I was becoming a better version of myself. I realized that I didn't need anyone to tell me I was important. I knew it now. This didn't define me. My worth didn't depend on him or anyone else. I learned that I could be happy without needing someone to make me feel good about myself. I was proud of who I was, and that was enough. It took time, but I finally accepted the breakup. I accepted that Noah was part of my past, and that was okay. I didn't need him to move forward. I could create my own future. I was ready to let go of the past and embrace the future, whatever it might bring. Now, I feel like a new person. I am not the same girl who was heartbroken and lost. I am stronger, more confident, and more aware of who I am. I know that I am worthy of love, but I also know that I don't need anyone to complete me. I don't know what the future holds, but I am ready for it. I will continue to grow and learn. I will keep working on becoming the best version of myself. And when the time comes, I will find someone who truly loves me for who I am. But until then, I will focus on loving myself. Sometimes, the people we love don't stay. Sometimes, they leave without warning. And it hurts. A lot. But please remember this. You are not broken. You are not less. You are still enough, even when someone else can't see it. Healing takes time, but you will get there. Bit by bit, step by step. Love yourself first, because the most important promise is the one you make to yourself.